Welcome to the Hawks Sports Network. You're here watching OCAA men's volleyball here on this Friday evening. Your Humber Hawks and the visiting Niagara Knights. My name is Kyle Dalton. With me is my broadcast partner, Matt Hamill.
Yellow.
And Matt, we got a good one on our hands here today. Niagara Knights come into this game winners of 2 in a row. Came off a good win in their last game versus St. Clair, a 3-0 sweep. Humber,
right.
A tough loss in their last game versus Fanshawe, losing 3-1, but they did have control in the couple sets that they lost. They lost it in a bit, but Matt, what are you expecting out of the Humber Hawks here in their final home game of the regular season?
Yeah, well, the final home game, Kyle, a big night, and coming off that loss, you got to wonder how the Hawks are going to regroup. Now, in talking to players on the men's team, they feel good about this season, especially with the return of Dylan Devasheri. So I fully expect them to come back, all systems go. And as we get a look at the greater picture of the league, you really see how things are shaping up. Fanshawe just dynamite all season long, and Humber just playing second fiddle.
Yeah, Humber's 2 losses, of course, coming against Fanshawe. Both losses, one at home and one on the road. Like I mentioned, that happened last week. Niagara looks like they're going to be in that 3rd position if they can pick up a win here today. Redeemer is right on them. There's a game and a half up on Redeemer, so a good test for them here today. Which are the Knights. They will go to Redeemer tomorrow, so that will be a good matchup for them. If they can pick up a win here, they will most likely seal that 3rd spot. If not, it'll be a good battle tomorrow against Redeemer. Pretty close battle between 2 of them when it comes to stats here. Kills per set pretty even. Hitting percentage just a bit lower for Niagara. Hawks, one of the best in the league when it comes to hitting percentage. Matt, what do you like out of these stats here?
Well, Niagara's no slouch when it comes to the service aces, but look at the difference there at the bottom of your screen. Humber on the heels of a just outstanding season from Jake Gomes at the service line. Really good in that regard, and we look forward to seeing a few more from Jake Gomes. The guy from Oakville has just been dynamite all season long.
Yeah, he's 3rd in the league in service aces with 45. Oof. And the Hawks are 4th in the league in service aces as a team. Niagara coming in 7th. As you take a look here at the Knights by the numbers. Jaden Millen leading his team in points per set. And kills as well. One of the best players on his team. Number 4 from Toronto, outside hitter. So we're in for a good one here. About a minute and 30 away from action to begin in the starting lineups for this one. Take a look at the Hawks by the numbers. That big one there is Ratty Kim, 94 digs. It's been the Lamero for this team.
And right away, Rafael Hilario jumping out at you. 135 kills. His first season with the Hawks. Coming from Brazil, and he has just been spectacular. One of those really exciting players. We talk about Jake Gomes at the service line, but up front at the net, Hilario is just so fun to watch.
You see there 4.1 points per set. Hilario and Devasheri both splitting that. Devasheri not in the rankings because he did miss so many games for the Humber Hawks. Hilario up there in 6th in the league. So it should be a good one here. Niagara's coming in trying to solidify that 3rd spot in the West Division. If they don't win tonight, they're going to have to go tomorrow against Redeemer to find out who will take that 3rd spot. As Redeemer waits on for Niagara, Mohawk is waiting for Humber. That's tomorrow's game at Mohawk. That'll be the final regular season game for the Humber Hawks until the OCAA Provincials, which will be here at the Hawks Nest.
Right here in the Nest, Kyle. Looking forward to that tournament, of course, starting on the Thursday. Friday, Saturday.
Nope. Thursday, first day.
That's February 19th, 20th, and the 21st. Correction. OCs are starting on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. We'll step aside while Josh Vatcher does the player introductions.
Outside hitter from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, number 9, Rafael Hilario. A 6'6" center from Oakville, Ontario, number 13, Jake Gomes. 6'8" middle from Hollywood, Ontario, number 14, Andrew Blakey.
As we're set to begin here, this game was actually scheduled for Wednesday night, two nights ago.
Out, Kyle.
Yeah, due to bad weather. So instead, we got the Friday night action here. The women's game, the women's team picking up a straight sets victory over the Knights. Now the Hawks hoping to do the same here.
What do you think of these white jerseys from the Hawks, Kyle?
I like them. I think it's the first time we've seen them
Yeah,
this
the
year.
yellow numbers, very smart.
Knights going with the blue. As we're
originally scheduled for Wednesday. Of course, the school was closed because of a freezing rain, and Niagara just wasn't going to make the trip. They closed their campus, and Humber, of course, shut it down, and we're underway here.
First touch there by Sadiku. And Cayman Wilkins starting things off like he does.
That's a hot start for the Hawks.
That's a good sign there for the Hawks. Cayman Wilkins, that big hit, that's what you want to see is Jake Gomes. Talked about him before with the service aces. He's going to show it off here.
Good look, up and over.
First touch there from Milne. And a miss hit there from Elijah. As the Hawks take a 2-0 lead here. Mistake there from the Knights. Hawks will take it. Jake Gomes.
Wow.
Hard serve there. Zalewski handles that one. Free ball here for the Hawks. Sets up Hilario. Big hit, but a solid block there from Deason, who blocks the big hitting Hilario.
And that's got to be a big play for the Knights right off the jump. Getting a block on Hilario. You got to know the scouting report was that number 9 can really hit it right away, shutting him down.
Hilario in the top 20 in kills as Colin Skanes can't get that one over. It's going to be a free ball here for the Knights. Elijah. Solid hit there. That's from Newitz. Puts that one, finds a hole. And the Knights come back from a 2-0 deficit. We're tied at 2.
Devis Sherry on the bench right now.
And not getting the start. Kim handles that one. Far side Wilkins. Money from there. Cayman Wilkins. A good setup there from Rafael Hilario.
Wilkins looking real good here in the early going. Now he gets a chance to serve. We'll see if he can kind of sustain this heat the whole game through.
He's looking good right now. Like you said, 3-2 lead. Early, just underway here at the Hawks Nest.
What a serve.
Handled there from Elijah. Off the net to the other side. Falls in. Knights get the point. Tied back up at 3.
Got to wonder what kind of strategy we get here from Wayne Wilkins. Heading into the later stages of the season, you want to make sure everybody on the team gets in the rotation and is firing on all cylinders.
Sadiku just has to hit it over there. Oh, a little sneaky play there from Fillmore. That drops in. And the Knights have their first lead of the game. It's 4-3.
Yeah, we call that the Jake Gomes special.
Yeah, Jake Gomes
A little misdirection.
is known for that here at Humber. Fillmore does one of his own. Kim keeps it alive. Hilario puts it over. Drop there. And once again, Fillmore coming up with the soft touch, and Just like that, the Knights have a 2-point lead. 5-1 run. Hawks started the game 2-0. Miss hit there from Elijah. Looked like the setup for him was just in front of him. Unable to get a lot of power. Colin Skanes now serving. That's just long there. The Knights get the point right back at 6-4.
Yeah, that time the big fella puts a little too much on it, and he'll check out.
And another service error for the Knights. This time it's Mika Nuyets as Hilario heads to the line. Knights put the ball up here. Hawks got it. Jake Gomes sets up Wilkins, just long there, but you like that power from Wilkins, just missing.
Yeah, that was one of those shots where you just put everything you have into it and kind of lose a bit of control.
Swindon now will serve for the Knights, who lead by 2, and 3 straight service errors from Niagara. Humber will take that, take the points that they need. 7-6, Hawks down by 1. Sadiku now. Handled there from Nuyets. Jake Gomes over to Blakey. Quick play there, and Blakey comes up with the point.
Yeah, that was a really cool way to set up Blakey. And just finds a gap in the Knight defense. Hawks are able to tie this up at 7.
A short and quick there between Gomes and Blakey. 7-0. That one, another service error. Both teams near the top of the league in service errors. The Knights in 3rd with 248. The Hawks respectively in 2nd with 254. But both of these teams like the service aces to go along with it. Kept alive, Zalewski now. Soft touch handled by Kim. Hilario gets set up and drops it in. Rafael Hilario.
And that's what we've become accustomed to seeing from number 9. He tees up on these balls and game over, man.
Handled by the Knights here. Tipped, Blakey unable to handle it off the hit from Milne. And just like that, the Knights get their lead back. It's 9-8. Milne now, he's serving after the point, and another service error. That's 4 or 5 already for the Knights here, and we're not even in double digits yet in this game.
Yeah, the Knights are 3rd in the West, just behind the Hawks. You got to think the home team a bit of a favorite here in this game, especially here at home at the Hawks Nest. So the Knights can ill afford to be giving up points. And there's a big service ace from Jake Gomes.
Jake Gomes adds to his total. That's his 46th service ace of the year. Good for 3rd in the OCAA. Back at the line here. Kept alive by the Knights. Good play and patience from Colin Skanes, waiting for that ball to come over. Drops it right in.
Yeah, just a strong play. Skanes has the height advantage up front and just stands strong.
And you have to think that's where the Hawks are going to get most of their points, right at the net. A lot of height advantage for Humber. Kept alive by the Knights. Going up there is Colin Skanes, and unable to handle it. That one goes out of bounds. Cayman Wilkins in on the action as well. Hawks lead 11-10. First touch there from Sadiku. Cayman kept alive here by the Knights. Good job, but the 4 touches.
Another big, powerful hit from Cayman Wilkins. Looking fully dialed in here today. Sporting the cornrow look.
Into the net there from Cayman Wilkins. 12-11 lead, back and forth right now. Neither team has really gone on a long run yet.
No, you haven't seen Humber really set up those shots up front at the net. We've seen the odd shot from Hilario or Cayman Wilkins stepping up from the back court, but just not exactly finding their groove, although this game is still early, Kyle.
It is early, and a good
Patience
hit.
is a virtue.
That is correct, and Colin Skanes with the solid hit there. At the net, 13-11, Hawks lead. Just trying to grow this lead right now. Kept alive there from Milne. Coming down on a little awkward play there, as Swinden comes up with a point for the Knights, number 11. And now Mika Nuyets will serve for the Knights. That one, Cayman Wilkins just leaving at the last second and goes long. Another service error for the Knights. And it's cost them so far in this set, has allowed Humber to stay in it with them.
But surprisingly, even with all those errors on the part of the Knights, this game's still pretty close, and that goes to show Humber really not firing the way they expected to right off the get-go.
It's tough to find that rhythm, too, when you're having a lot of stoppages. Kim keeps it alive. Gomes sets up Hilario. Knights keep it alive here. Milne going up. Good block at the net, but just going to go out of bounds with Jake Gomes and Blakey both going up.
So we're continuing on here, just trading points.
Tristan Swinden serving for the Knights. Able to get that one over. Sadiku. Milne now with the hit. That's into the net. Blakey and Jake Gomes both there. Hawks lead by 2.
Hawks have really been the beneficiary of Niagara shooting themselves in the foot. See if Humber can find their groove and start to pull away here. Just up by 2 right now.
Rezard Sadiku, excuse me, with the serve. That one is just long. Hit there from Milne, number 4 for the Knights. 16-13. Hawks lead. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor here as the Hawks lead by 3.
Timeout called. Teams will regroup.
Hawks Nation is the official Humber varsity fan club. They're here at every Hawks home game, giving out some free popcorn, some scarves. I know, Matt, you love the scarf. That's your favorite thing.
Yeah, you know, that is the big ticket item. You sign up with the official Humber varsity app, and every game you come to, you get another piece of swag. Of course, everyone gets better and better. And if you start with a scarf, I mean, come on, you're practically playing with house money.
I do have the scarf at home. It is warm.
I do. And last night, he hit the basketball game against Niagara Knights. Humber was giving out the custom-made black long-sleeve shirt. Very nice. Kyle, did you pick one up?
I didn't. I was a bit late. I was a bit late, yeah. I heard they were really nice, though.
They went like hotcakes. And that's just what you get with Hawks Nation.
And free popcorn to go along with it.
And
Can't ask for much more.
Oh, my God.
Can't ask for much more.
Big serve from Sadiku.
Kept alive there from Nuyets. Good hit, just drops it right in front of
Rezard.
Yeah.
Hawks up by 2 here.
Really back and forth right now. No team able to extend their lead. Largest we've seen is 3. That was by Humber. Wilkins gets set up, blocked from the Knights. They go this time to Hilario. Flips it over, kept alive from Zalewski. Milne now gets set up. Blakey. Far side to Wilkins. Trying to get it over the far end, can't do it. Milne now tries to bring it down. awkward play there. And
yeah, well, a really good rally and some good play by the blockers of Humber, but ultimately falling short.
Milne able to drop that one in. 16-15. Hard hit there. Wilkins keeps it alive. He gets the ball back now and slams it home. Cayman Wilkins, after keeping that ball alive off the serve, gets it back and picks up the point.
Tell you what, Kyle, these Niagara Knights jerseys kind of look like the Raptors Huskies.
Big hit there from Fillmore, and they sort of do. The Raptors had that Huskies jersey, I think it was last year, brought those out.
They don't have that going this year?
I don't think so. Andrew Blakey back at the line, 18-15. Hawks tie their largest lead of the game so far. Kept alive there from Milne, far side. Big hit. Colin Skanes up there with Jake Gomes into the net there from Elijah. Hawks lead by 4, largest lead of the game.
Kind of sense the Hawks finding their rhythm a bit here.
This is the time where I want to try to push away from your opponent. Serve is good. Zalewski with the first touch. Sets up Elijah. A pretty solid hit there, just drops it right in, just to the side of Jake Gomes. Jaden Milne, number 4 at the line, trying to get his team back in this one, down by 3.
Yeah, the Knights are led by first-year head coach Tommy Sloan.
Colin Skanes didn't get much on that one, but put it in play. Sadiku keeps it alive. Heads up Wilkins. Kept alive quickly there from Zalewski, but out of the reach of Milne.
Hawks now comfortably sitting at this 4-point cushion and have a good chance of extending that with Jake Gomes at the serve line.
Already has 1 ace so far in this one. See if he can pick up another. This time into the net. Late in this set, you want to try to keep the errors to a minimum. Hawks only 5 points away from picking up set victory number 1. In play, first touch by Kim. Hilario doesn't get set up perfectly, just has to tip it over.
Tough play for the Knights here, and a big block.
Great block there. Rafael Hilario coming up with a block. Colin Skanes in there on the action as well. Cayman Wilkins, one of the leaders on this team, trying to finish this one off 4 points away. Zalewski with the first touch. Strong hit there from Swinden. Tristan Swinden picking up the point. Silva Ferreira checks into the game, serving now. Kept alive there from Milne. Over a hard hit from Elijah. Wow, what a play. Wilkins able to put that over. And the Niagara Knights player, that's Nuyets, Mika Nuyets, electing to keep that one, or let it fall, and finds the line. Ferreira with the long service. Kim will check. Oh, he was going to check back in. Silva Ferreira will stay in 23-19. Hawks 2 points away. Wilkins sets up Hilario with the hit. Good block there from Swinden.
And that's a big play for the Knights to be able to deny Hilario. Now it looks like this set is kind of up for grabs. Hawks 2 points away. Niagara with the serve.
See if they can get a point here. Cut this lead to 2. Hawks looking for a big hit, and they get it there from Sadiku.
And Sadiku made no mistake about that one. Put that away, and now it's in the hands of Hilario to end set number 1.
Just long there from Hilario, going for the long hit. Serve there from Tristan Swindon. That one over into the net from Humber, 24-22. As we're going to get a late timeout here for Humber, who are 1 point away from picking up set number 1. This is Humber's last home game of the regular season before the OCAA Provincials. They'll have one more game tomorrow at Mohawk. So quick turnaround for this Hawks team. And Mohawk battling for that 5th spot. They're tied for 5th right now with Conestoga.
Mohawk just on the bubble. They're 9-8.
Bring up the standings.
We'll get the look of the whole conference picture here in the West. What jumps out to you, Kyle?
Well, it's that Humber team right now, 14-2, solidified there, but Niagara and Redeemer both battling for that 3rd spot. And if Niagara can pull out a win here today, they would be in a good position to lock up 3rd place.
Yeah, no kidding. And of course, that would lead to an easier road here, right in the Hawks' nest for the OCAA championships.
As after that service error from Swindon, the Hawks lead or win this set 25-22 and pick up set number 1. And Matt, what did you like out of the Humber Hawks in that first set?
Well, a bit of a slow start, although a guy like Cayman Wilkins did come out firing right away. It took the Hawks a little while to get set up in front of the net, but pretty soon, and you see right now Cayman's teammates are giving him a big hug. Yeah, I really do like the way the Hawks shaped up there, and I imagine now here in the 2nd set, they're going to get their rhythm going. You know, yesterday they had to practice over at Lakeshore Campus, head across town because the gym was used for the basketball game. Of course, that's the product of the game being rescheduled, and maybe you could blame that for the Hawks being out of rhythm. But
either way, they did pick up that first set victory, which was good, but definitely not to their capability of playing their best volleyball. Either or, they are playing well so far. Picking up that first set victory, 25-22. Just under 25 minutes. Just a reminder that we will have OCAA provincial action on the Hawks Sports Network beginning Thursday, February 21st through to the 23rd. Saturday is the big games, semifinals and finals, which we're
looking forward to the big day on Saturday.
Me and Matthew Hamill will be calling those games along with Adam Lucier and Andrew Milani, who you heard in the first game of the women's game.
Looking forward to it, Ben.
Should be good.
And again, it's that probably ultimately another matchup against the Fanshawe Falcons. Hawks dropping both games Have they figured out enough? Have they seen enough from the Falcons to try to scheme, and what can they do to win that game?
Well, that one game that we saw here against Fanshawe, it was a pretty dominant performance by the Falcons, winning 3-0, but the game against Fanshawe at home last week was pretty even back and forth. Hawks did have the lead in all 3 sets that they lost pretty late in that set as well. So we'll see if they can beat their demons come provincial time, and really the Hawks solidifying that second spot, which means that they won't be playing Fanshawe until the finals, which is great news for them for sure. Try to avoid the big guns until the end. Second set action underway here. Jake Gomes. Strong hit there, kept alive by Zalewski. Put over. Hilario with the big hit, and tough to handle there for Zalewski.
And right away, Hilario teed up well, and no mistake about it.
No chance there for Zalewski. As Hilario, you said it, when he gets teed up, it's tough to stop. Jake Gomes, that time handled by Zalewski. Far side, Elijah. Jake Gomes with the first touch. Devasheri now into the game. Hilario with the hit, just along. It looked good from up here.
Right in front of the official.
And we didn't see much of Devasheri, I don't know if we saw any of Devasheri in that first set. He starts the second set here. As Milne with the serve, handled by Kim. And John Obi goes up and throws it down.
Obi's a guy that can get up there, and that time, perfect setup and a quick point for Obi.
Cayman Wilkins at the line here. 2-1 Hawks lead.
Whoa.
And that goes into the net, but you gotta love that transition.
Pulling out all the
Dax
video
Dwyer.
graphics from the 1990s.
Dax Dwyer. Devasheri handles that one. Gets it back just with the tip. And off the net. Knights awarded the point. (3-2) Knights lead here. Short serve, Devasheri handles that one. Hilario gets set up and no chance there for Fillmore. Has Hilario with the big hit. 3-3.
Right away here in set 2, Hilario looking dialed in, number 9. As Obi just skirts that one over.
That touches the net, and a solid hit there from Elijah.
And the Knights now with a 1-point lead.
Elijah leading the way with 4 kills for his team. That shot hit by Blakey, mishit out of bounds, and just like that, the Knights have a 2-point lead here early in this second set.
And you really saw the Knights kind of their own worst enemy there in the first set. Lots of service errors as we get one there. And look like they're kind of cleaning things up, although, of course, as I say that, we get a service error.
Right on cue, Matt. Elijah Bugiardini with the air.
Hilario, good serve.
Oh, battle at the net, and Devasheri wins the battle versus Fillmore.
And that's just a strength play right there.
And power versus power. Devasheri coming up with the point. Hilario at the line here, 5-5. Hawks taking the first set, 25-22. Handled by the Knights. Dropped in, good play there from Wilkins, and a great tip there from Andrew Blakey.
And that's just what you get from Jake Gomes, redirecting the ball, finding some open space. Just has such great vision, number 13 does. Always knows where there's a gap, gets a lot of point for the Hawks.
Kept alive by
That time sails out of bounds. Hilario back with the serve.
That one just long there from Hilario. Knights get the point right back. It's 7-6.
Now it's Niagara, only trailing by 1 here. Similar to the first set, and then we're just kind of trading points.
Oh, Devonshire, come on. Devonshire, that's just unfair there. No chance for the Knights. So many weapons on this Hawks team, starting with Devonshire, go along with John Obi, who can get up there. Jake Gomes, Hilario, Wilkins. Come on, I can go on here. That's why they're one of the best teams in the country, as Kim can't handle that one. Goes long.
Yeah, the Hawks were sitting at number 4 in the country as they went into that game against number 1 Fanshawe.
They did pick up a set victory over there, lost 3-1 in Fanshawe, as Milne picks up the point. Ratty Kim unable to secure that one. Knights tie it back up at 8.
Now it's Niagara with the serve. We're all tied up.
That one just missing the line there. Close play. That one long from Swindon. Blakey at the line. Hawks lead 9-8. First touch there from Zalewski. Far side to Milne, and he drops that right in front of Hilario. And just like that, the Knights tie this thing right back up at 9. Back and forth right now. We saw a lot of this in the first set as well. Just back and forth, especially early on.
Yeah, the Knights are a good team. They're showing a lot here in both sets, really keeping it close. Again, another strong play at the net for Humber.
Another one there. We haven't got a point yet to either side, and it's going to go to the Knights. As Milne was up there with the solid play, he's been pretty good so far, as Cayman Wilkins looking for some answers here.
Little conference going on right now. Coach Wilkins talking to Cayman Wilkins with the little message to deliver to the umpire. Something to the effect of, hey man, you gotta
A lot of back and
help
forth
us
right
out.
now. It's the messenger.
Yeah. Cayman effectively the carrier pigeon. A yellow card now issued to Coach Wilkins.
And Wayne Wilkins not pleased with that yellow card he received. He didn't say a word. He was saying it to Cayman. And obviously wasn't happy, and looks like he's might be out of this game right now. So he picked up a yellow card for talking through Cayman Wilkins, and obviously the official didn't like that and picked up a yellow card and then picked up a red card.
Set up here. So Wilkins answering right back, and Coach Wilkins points to the rafters.
Jake Gomes on the line here, 10-10. Kept alive here. Elijah just long, and Hawks get the point, tie this one at 11.
Gomes with another serve. We're all tied up. Absolute dart.
That kept alive there from the Knights. Milne up there with the hit. Can't handle it. John Obi coming up with the block and the point. Hawks lead 12-11 here. Jake Gomes at the line. Into the net there. Tied up at 12.
Knights with the serve.
Milne there with the serve. Solid serve. It goes back off of one hit. And Kyle Thiessen, great name, comes up with the point.
That time just a bit of an awkward play as Kim and Devasheri collided, and that teed up the ball perfectly for the Knights.
And that allowed Thiessen to get an easy hit, no doubt about it. John Obi going up, and it's almost impossible when he gets a good setup and goes down with it.
Yeah, Devasheri had a hit like that earlier. You want to talk about not fair, just to have that kind of vertical come down on the ball like that. Good night, Irene.
Yeah, no chance. Good night is right, as Cayman Wilkins puts that one into the net. And really, it wasn't until the 20-point mark was when Humber really extended their lead and eventually took the set 25-22. We're 13-all here, back and forth so far. Sets up Hilario on the far side, but that's long. Did it get tipped? It did not. And the Knights pick up the point. Largest lead of this set for the Knights. 15-13. Wilkins with the first touch, and Devasheri gets set up.
Lord have mercy.
Dylan Devasheri doing what John Obi does best and going down and slamming it home.
Now, Obi's 6'9", so I understand why he gets up that high, but Devasheri at 6'6".
He gets up there too.
Some tremendous athleticism.
Some good height at top for Humber. That was long, but did it get tipped? It did not, and Humber picks up the point, 2 straight points, and tied this game up at 15. That one is long and wide. Hawks 3 straight points. Add to that total, 16-15. John Obi at the line.
Here you can feel the Hawks kind of turning things around, maybe trying to establish that 3-4 point cushion.
See if they can extend their lead right now. Kept alive from Milne with the first touch. Elijah with the hit. And again, another long hit from the Knights, 4 straight points. And head coach Tommy Sloan is not going to like what he's seen, so he's going to call a timeout here. A 4-0 run for Humber.
Kyle looking like Groundhog Day. Bit of a repeat of the first set. Humber starting to pull away. Very nicely timed timeout from Tommy Sloan.
This was sort of the time where we saw Humber extend their lead in the first set, and they're doing it here in the second set. 17-15. You can follow us at Humber Hawks on all the social medias. Humber at Humber Hawks, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. If you want to get yourself caught up on the games, you can head over to YouTube. Instagram, we have the game day post and
the weekly
highlights.
Hawks report. Let you know what's going on in the world of the Humber Hawks and highlight clips from, I'm sure there'll be a few from this game, namely so far, John Obi and Dylan Devasheri.
That is at Humber Hawks. Coming out of this timeout, Matt, what are you hoping to see out of Humber here? They're just 8 points away from picking up this second set win.
Well, you just hope that timeout didn't slow them down at all. They have all kinds of momentum right now. They're up by 2. They were just down by 2. And Obi's at the service line. See if the Hawks can just do a repeat of set 2 and put this thing away, establish that big lead.
And we'll see how the Knights do coming out of that timeout. 4 straight points for Humber. Little miss hit there. Hawks get a free ball, but looks like might have stepped on the other side there was Elijah. Might have stepped on Humber's side, so the Hawks get the point here. 18-15. 5-0 run for Humber. John Obie still at the line here. Long service run for him. And as soon as I say that, it goes right into the net, John Obie. But a good run for him. Picks up some solid points and some key points for Humber. (18-16). Knights with the serve here. First touch there for Wilkins, far side. Devashiri with the tip. Pancaked there from Nuyitz, and
whistle blown.
Ball handling violation. 2 touches there on the Knights. But a pancake there. We saw our first pancake of the game there from Micah Nuyitz. Rafael Hilario. Big serve kept alive there from Milne. Sets up Elijah, but that's into the net. And the Hawks continue their streak. It's 20-16.
There you see those self-inflicted mistakes of the Knights rearing its head again. And that is the wrong time here as the Hawks are heading towards the end of the set. They're up by 4.
7-1 run. Last 8 points for the Hawks. Hilario, ooh, that was pretty close there.
That was really close.
Just along was the call from the sideline official.
But he put a lot of Dijon mustard on that serve.
That was a lot of Dijon.
A little too much. Had to scrape some off.
Miss hit there from Wilkins. Don't see that too often. Knights will definitely take it, 20-18.
Yeah, the Knights, a little bit of hope here as they're closing that lead, and now they have the serve. What can they do with it, though, Kyle?
Ended this long run and right on cue. 21-18, Hawks lead. Devashiri at the line. He's gotten a few points. The big kills, he's going to try to find some here at the service line. Zalewski with the first touch, tipped over. Kim with the help defense. Hilario gets set up off the net. Tough play there for Zalewski, unable to handle it. And Rafael Hilario with the point.
Zalewski just chugging for that ball, heading to the stands, but just out of his reach.
Yeah, went off the netting there. Tough play. Devashiri with the solid serve and a big hit there from Swindon.
That time, Devashiri just not able to keep that one alive just in front of him. Matt Tristan Swindon. Now at the line, number 11 for the Knights. In his 4th year on the team, that one goes into the net. The lone 4th-year player for the Knights. He'll check out now as Eduardo Silva Ferreira will check in for Andrew Blakey for Humber. Hawks 2 points away from taking this second set. They took the first set 25-22. Kept alive there from Milne. He gets it back, this time from Zalewski. Silva Ferreira with a good hit. Devashiri with the hit over. Milne tipped a few times there. Wilkins with a good hit. Good rally right now, both sides keeping the ball alive. Hilario unable to get set up well. Chance now for the Knights. Milne. That one didn't get over the net. 4 hits called, and the Hawks just 1 point away. The ball is in the hands of Eduardo Silva Ferreira.
And that last rally was one of the longest we've seen in this game so far. Milne with the first touch. He gets it back with the hit and a great block there. It's going to go to Jake Gomes. John Obie in there with the action, and the Hawks will pick up the second set win, 25-19, and are 1 set away from picking up the straight sets victory and moving to 15-2 on the season.
Hawks pick up the second set win, and they're 1 red card richer.
And a yellow card. It was a really odd play that happened in that second set between the head official and head coach Wayne Wilkins.
Yeah, it seems like Coach Wilkins is aware he's not allowed to talk directly to the official. So,
but even then, he wasn't even doing that, and he picked up the card.
But once he got the red card, the lines of communication were fully open.
They're gone now for sure. The Hawks, either way, will have a 2-0 lead in their final home regular season game of the season before they'll head to Mohawk tomorrow.
Take on the Mountaineers.
Tommy Sloan there, head coach of the Knights, looking for some answers here, try to get his team back in this game. Down 2-0. His team will head to Redeemer tomorrow in a battle for that third position in the West Division.
Always a fun game over at the Redeemer Royals home games. Tough place to play. Those fans come out. A lot of energy in that.
Very hostile environment over there.
Here in the timeout in between sets, the Hawks obviously looking to sweep here and head into set number 3. There's a look at the head-to-head. Niagara at third place in the West. They have to feel good heading into the OCAAs.
And we've seen a lot of kills from Humber. Wilkins leading the way for them with 6 on the night in the Hawks. You can see the kills per set at 10 and just over 10.5 per set.
But you gotta like the blocking from Niagara. They've really done a good job of early in the game shutting down Rafael Hilario.
Yeah, not the tallest team, but they do get up there and get some big blocks. Hawks
Yeah,
6th in the league in kills per set with that 10 and just over half.
And again, the Hawks with just so many weapons, really finding a way to get guys open despite the very good blocking of Niagara. And that's just proving a bit too much to handle as the Hawks are up 2-0 heading into the third here. Kyle probably looking to just take this thing away. Yep. Nobody was planning on having a game here on Friday night. I don't know, maybe some of the guys got plans.
Maybe. These are our plans, and so far we're with a good matchup here. 2-0 lead. This, if you are unaware, this game was supposed to be on Wednesday night, 2 nights ago.
Got hit with a wicked ice storm.
And a good crowd here on this Friday evening. It was seniors night for the women's team. A few seniors. And Kyla Wilkins with her 5th year coming to an end here this year. Her last home game picked up a win, straight sets victory for her team against the Knights as John Obi with the hit. Like a ball handling violation.
Jake Gomes with the serve. Oh, man. Just a dynamite hit from the serve line, and the Hawks are up 2-0.
That's where he makes his money, at that service line. And he's been so good all year. Since day one, Jake Gomes has led his team in service aces, their best server. And another big one there. Hawks get the ball back. Unable to handle it was the Knights. Hilario with the hit, kept alive there. Milne gets set up and unable to handle it there was John Obi. Devasheri in on the action as well. And a couple good defensive plays from the Knights. Eventually they pick up the point. Jaden Milne, outside hitter. Kim keeps that one alive. Jake Gomes. Devasheri with the tip, kept alive. Knights with the big hit. Wilkins caught there. Went right in between him and Hilario on that right side. And just like that, we're tied up at 2.
Teams going back and forth right now.
Big hit there. Hilario finding that far right corner. And he's so good at picking those spots. Drops it right in. Devasheri, 3-2 Hawks lead. Also lead 2-0.
Hilario, after that last kill, has picked up his 6th of the match. And Wilkins also leading Humber with 6.
Milne with the tip. He has a game-high 8 kills. That one long hit. Knights looking for the tip. Not going to get it. Hawks will pick up the point. 4-2. Hawks lead early here in this third set. Devasheri, Milne keeps that one alive. Zalewski, a little bit of confusion there. It's going to be a free ball for Humber. Sets up Devasheri, comes from the back and gets it off the tip of the block and drops it in.
Yeah, the Knights got a piece of it, but Devasheri just puts way too much power on it for them to keep that one in play.
Devasheri, third straight serve. That one with the service ace out of the reach there of Mika Newitz. And Dylan Devasheri with the ace. 6-2 Hawks lead. First touch there from Milne. Hilario with the tip off the net. John Obi unable to corral that one. And the Knights end the long run there from Dylan Devasheri and cut into this lead at 6-3.
Heads up play at the net by Niagara, just when it looks like the Hawks might have really put up a big cushion.
Wilkins with the big hit. Tough to handle there from Thiessen, out of the reach of his teammate, and Cayman Wilkins picks up the point, 7-3. John Obi to the line. John Obi missed some time earlier this year, that thumb injury. See that left hand taped up of his.
Seeing less and less tape every game, Kyle, always a good sign.
Good block there from Hilario. Once again, this time it's Blakey. And the Hawks grow their lead, it's 5. John Obi with the serve, corralled from Milne. Far side, Thiessen, a miss hit there, but he drops it in. Or excuse me, that's Newitz. Picks up the point for Niagara. Kim will check back in. John Obi is out. Ashton Fair now into the game. Number 5 for Niagara.
He's registered 1 kill so far this game. That one just out of the reach of Blakey. Hawks find a way to keep it alive.
Miss hit there. Benjamin Fillmore having a word with the official here, looking for some answers. Hilario to the line. 6th in the league in points per set with 4.1. Milne keeps that one alive.
Look for the Hawks to really set it up
play,
here.
Jake Gomes. Hawks lead 10-4.
Now it's Jaskam Kelsey checking in, and right away he's going to get the serve.
Checking out is Hilario. Jaskan Kelsey.
First-year player, 6'10".
Just like that, Hawks pick up a point, and we saw Humber separate themselves from Niagara late in both sets. So far, they're doing it early in this third. 11-4 lead. It's Kelsey back to the line. Zalewski keeps it alive. Kim with the first touch. Sets up Devasheri off the block kept alive. It's going to be a free ball here for Humber.
See what the Hawks can set up now. It's Blakey.
A little bit of a miss hit there from Blakey, but some good efforts back and forth. A big hit from Devashiri. And the Knights coming up with some good blocks, trying to get back in the set here. They're down by 6. Devashiri with the first touch, sets up Blakey, but a big block from Swindon.
And again, it's that blocking of the Knights that's really been impressive this afternoon.
Tristan
Need a bit more of that because the Hawks are up 5. And once they establish those cushions, we really see them figure out how to close the sets out.
That was Tristan Swindon with the big block. He also has 5 kills to go along with it. Wilkins into the net. That whole rally there just wasn't perfect for Humber. Kelsey had a little bit of trouble there off the initial hit. Instead, the Humber Hawks will get the point here. Net violation was the call on that one. 12-6. Wilkins, free ball here for Niagara. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. And they go to their best player, who's been playing well all night. Tristan Swindon coming up with the point. He's kept them in this set with a couple good defensive plays and picks up a point there. 12-7.
Knights are crawling back here.
Devashiri gets set up. Swindon with the first touch. Free ball for Humber.
What did the Hawks set up here?
Jake Gomes out of the reach of Swindon, and Jake Gomes puts it down with the hit, 13-7.
Yeah, normally we see Jake Gomes setting up his teammates. That time, a little Freaky Friday switcheroo. Devashiri sets up Gomes. Forget about it.
Into the net for Blakey there. 13-8 is the score. The Knights have cut into this lead. It was 8 at one point. It's now 5. Wilkins with the first touch. Jake Gomes over to Devashiri. John Obi-like goes up and throws it down.
And the point goes to the Knights. They're going to say Devashiri kind of palmed that one.
And I see Wilkins there pleading his case for his teammate. Devashiri doing it on the other side. It looked like John Obi there going up. John Obi couldn't get all that one, just has to tip it over. Hawks get a free ball with Wilkins. John Obi going up at a big block there from Jaden Milne. He blocks the John Obi, number 17. And just like that, it was 11-3 at one point, now 13-10.
The Knights have had a few of those big momentum plays. Can they sustain that here and turn that into some kind of run as they're down 3?
Just missing that line there was Zalewski. Jake Gomes trying to extend this lead. It's 14-10. Milne with the first touch. He gets it back now. Devashiri with the block, but that's out of bounds. And Milne, who's been solid as well for his team tonight. He has 8 kills, make that 9 after that one. Picks up the point, now he's on the service line, 14-11. Devashiri gets set up. Ball was spun there after the first block. Wilkins. Devashiri gets set back up. And Fillmore unable to handle that one.
And Devashiri looking fired up after that hit, and now he takes his talents to the service line.
That one's way long there from Devasheri. Thiessen at the line. Free ball here. Kelsey just has to hit it over.
Good patience from Gomes to play that off the net.
See if the Knights here can get something off that free ball. And it drops right in front of John Obi. Couldn't handle that hit there from Newitz.
And the Niagara women's team is here in the Hawks Nest cheering on their men's team. And those girls are loud, let me tell you.
And they're cheering after the last point, but they weren't cheering after that service there. Good crowd here on this Friday night.
No doubt.
Just past 9 o'clock, yeah. Just past 9 o'clock. 16-14, Knights coming back. They were down by 8 in this set, and they're staying alive. Wilkins gets set up. Oh, man. No chance for Milne. That was going pretty fast. Cayman Wilkins.
Sounded like a gunshot.
Cayman Wilkins doing what he does best, picking up his 8th kill. And the Hawks lead 17-14. You can head over to humberhawks.ca for all things Humber Hawks news, updates, scores, schedules, anything you want related to Humber Hawks, it's there.
That's right. If you're watching this game right now, you've found your way to humberhawks.ca, the cornucopia of Humber sports information.
If you're looking for the scheduled times of the games for the OCAA provincial tournament, it's on that website, humberhawks.ca. All beginning Thursday, the provincial tournament here. The Elite 8 of the OCAA coming to Humber. Jaskan Kelsey will serve for Humber coming out of the timeout. That one just long. Almost play at the last second there from Zalewski. Instead he decided to leave that for good terms, 17-15. Devasheri with the first touch. Sets up Wilkins off the tip and out of bounds. Hawks get the point. And Cayman Wilkins picks up kill number 9. It's 18-15.
Now here's Cayman with the serve. 9 kills and 4 digs on the night.
He's been good at both ends. Milne with the tip over. Kelsey with good help on that defense. Wilkins gets set up. Good block by the Knights, but a miss hit there from Swindon. Knights corral the ball here. Milne gets set up. Hawks lead by 4, trying to extend their lead. And a big block there. Andrew Blakey's going to get credit for it. Jake Gomes was in on the action as well. Cayman Wilkins continues this run of serves. Trying to extend this Humber Hawks lead. Pick up the 3 sets victory. Instead, that one just a bit long, and the Knights trying to go on a run of their own here.
Hawks been doing what they do all night, finding a way to establish a lead and really tee up some of their best players. Here's Devasheri.
Big hit there off the tip. Milne Good play there from Ratty Kim. Devin Sherry gets set up off the block and out of bounds. Dylan Devasheri. Andrew Blakey.
That time play at the net, bit of an awkward play.
Obi. John Obi going up.
Yeah.
Good block there. Devasheri sets up Wilkins, and that falls in off the tip. And the Hawks only 3 points away. As the Hawks bench is dancing right now, and they're feeling a win 3 points away. Matt, I can feel pretty confident myself saying that for player of the game, I can say Cayman Wilkins. He's been outstanding so far in this one.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a no-brainer. He's always such a versatile player for Humber, getting it done in various aspects of the game with his serves, with his hits at the net, the way he can set up his teammates.
He's got great leadership skills to go along with it, and it's been on full display all season long.
And he's the official mediator between Coach Wilkins and the umpire. Another very important role.
(23-17) Hawks lead. They took the first set 25-22, took the second set 25-19, and are 2 points away from picking up a straight sets victory. Make that 1 point away as John Obi taps that one home.
And again, that was one of those plays where the set wasn't perfect for Obi, but he just has such good hang time, and he can kind of switch hands and find a way to get contact on that ball for the point.
Saw the reaction of Obi after that, right on cue. Knew he wasn't satisfied with that hit. Wasn't as high as he wanted it, as that serve is long from Jake Gomes.
It's got to be tough to set the ball high enough for Obi. Like, really, you want it that high? Yeah, trust me, put it that high.
And off that service error from Milnen, the Hawks will take this one 25-18 and pick up the straight sets victory and end their regular season at 15-2. They'll have one more game against Mohawk, but that's it for the regular season at home until the OCAA Provincials.
Yeah, great job by Humber to finish off the regular season at home, and they'll get a chance to play a few more games here at the Hawks Nest, I'm sure. Looking forward to the OCAA Provincial Tournament right here in the Nest. Kyle, gonna be calling a few games with you, and
they'll be good.
That's what it's all about.
That will begin on 21st to the 23rd of February. That's in 2 weeks from now. The Elite Eight coming to the Hawks Nest. The Hawks win this one in straight sets. And for a while there, it looked like it was back and forth. Hawks pulling away at the end in all 3 sets. As the teams shake hands here, Hawks will move to 15-2. Niagara will move to 11-6, tied with Redeemer now for third in the West. They'll play each other, Redeemer that is, and Niagara tomorrow at Redeemer. As Humber will travel to Mohawk for their final game of the season. As get a team picture here.
Joshua Pasquale gets the star treatment here at the end of the game.
As that's going to do it for us here at the Hawks Nest. For my broadcast partner, Matt Hamill, I'm Kyle Dalton. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
All the best.